What Alexandra Eala will do at the Qatar Open for the first time in her career. Alexandra Eala is enjoying her best tournament run of 2026 at the Abu Dhabi Open. Eala produced a stunning comeback against Alexandra Sasnovich to reach the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 event. The Filipina has been received like a hometown hero in Abu Dhabi, with fans flocking to her matches in droves. Ahead of a quarterfinal clash with Ekaterina Alexandrova, Eala has been rewarded for her climb up the rankings with direct entry in a major upcoming tournament. Alexandra Eala earns entry into the Qatar Open due to her ranking. Eala has reached a career-high ranking of world number 38 thanks to her impressive exploits at the Abu Dhabi Open. The star has been confirmed to enter the Qatar Open due to her rankings, which is a first-time feat for the 20-year-old. Eala's previous appearances at WTA 1000 events have come thanks to a wild-card entry, with the most prominent entry coming at last year's Miami Open. The Filipina reached the semifinals of the event after picking up wins against Iga Swiatek, Yelena Ostapenko, and Madison Keys. The star will be hoping to emulate that form as she arrives at the Qatar Open without having to go through qualifying. The top players who have pulled out of the Qatar Open. Eala's entry into the Qatar Open was bolstered by a climb up the rankings, but she has also benefited from mass withdrawals from the event. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka has confirmed she will not play the event, while Americans Keys and Jessica Pegula have also dropped out. Lois Boyson followed them out of the competition, confirming she would not play the WTA 1000 event due to a leg injury. Naomi Osaka, Eva Jovic, and Marta Kostyuk have also not entered the tournament, continuing their break after the Australian Open. If Eala can continue the form she has shown in Abu Dhabi, she could be considered one of the dark horses for the event. The breakthrough, Doha beckons, Alexandra Eala at the Qatar Open. The sun glinted off the courts in Doha, casting long shadows before the Qatar Open got underway the first week of February. There was a rhythm to the city, modern glass facades and desert winds, and a quiet tension underneath it all. For some it was just another WTA 1000 event, but for Alexandra Eala, it was something bigger. Alex Eala, Alex to her fans across the world, had already carved her name into tennis history long before arriving in Qatar. She'd become the first Filipino to break into the WTA Top 50, the first from her country to reach a WTA Tour final, and the first to reach a WTA 1000 semifinal after stunning victories against top players like Iga Swiatek and Madison Keys. Yet here, in Doha, she stood on the brink of something new, her debut in the Qatar Open main draw. Granted entry after another player withdrew, Alex wasn't just another competitor. She carried with her the weight of years of dream and discipline, and the hopes of an entire nation awakened to tennis. Arrival and first impressions. Day 1 in Doha brought a flurry of cameras, flashing across the gleaming courts. Eala stepped onto the tournament grounds and immediately felt that special combination of nerves and calm that only the world's biggest stages bring. The Qatar Open, a WTA 1000 event, wasn't just prestigious because of the ranking points or the prize money. It was a showcase for the world's elite, a place where legends and rising stars intersect. Her first practice session was held on one of the outer courts, surrounded by seasoned professionals and familiar WTA rivals. She moved confidently, a lefty with a smooth, aggressive baseline game honed at the Rafa Nadal Academy, but there was something else in her eyes, an almost quiet determination that recognized this wasn't just another tournament. This was her moment, her chance to leave a mark. Round 1. A statement match. Eala's first match of the tournament was set on a breezy afternoon. The stadium was almost full, fans eager to see the rising star, and a few curious, seasoned spectators wondering how she'd fare against a higher-ranked opponent. From the first point, Eala played with fearless precision. Her left-handed strikes carved angles that danced past her opponent, her footwork electric yet controlled. For every deep return, there was a sharp cross-court winner. For every aggressive rally, she moved with an unmistakable purpose. Opponents had learned over the last year not to underestimate her, even when she came in as a wildcard or lower seed. By the end of the first set, the scoreboard told a story of fierce competitiveness. In the second, Eala's intensity only grew. The crowd, a blend of local tennis aficionados and international fans, rose to its feet with every breakpoint she saved and every deep serve she unleashed. When she won the final game, it wasn't just a victory, it was a declaration. In her post-match interview, Alex smiled wide, knowing she'd just stamped her presence on this tournament she'd dreamed about since childhood. Rising through the rounds, Round by round, Eala's performance in Doha began to draw comparisons to her earlier breakthrough moments, like the semifinal run at the Miami Open and her run to the Eastbourne final. Fans began noticing how she wasn't just playing in the Qatar Open. She was competing with authority. She had long since shed the label of young prospect, and now stood as a legitimate contender. Reports buzzed from the players' lounge. She's saving bigger today. Did you see her backhand in that rally? Little things, but they added up. Analysts started talking about her tactical growth, how she could keep pace with heavy hitters and turn defense into attack seamlessly. In one particularly intense evening match, under bright lights and against a seasoned seed, Alex faced a first-set deficit. The crowd quieted as she fell behind early, 1-4. But then something clicked. Eala locked in, tightened her footwork, and clawed back. By the time her opponent double-faulted at 6-5, Alex was already celebrating an unforgettable comeback, one as poetic as anything she'd done before. Her mental resilience, forged on courts from Manila to Mallorca, was on full display. The quarterfinal, a moment to remember. As the tournament progressed, Eala kept winning, match after match. Word began to spread across tennis circles. Here was a player ready for something bigger. A player not just to watch, but to respect, to fear. In the quarterfinals, a night session with packed stands and global broadcasts, Eala found herself matched against a player ranked inside the top 10. Tension crackled through the first set like static. Every point was a battle. But Alex had grown so much in the last year. A player who once relied on potential now wielded strategy and grit. She danced into long rallies, mixed powerful ground strokes with drop shots that caught her opponent off guard, and served with greater confidence than ever before. By the third set, it was clear. This wasn't just a match anymore. It was a defining moment, the one every young professional dreams of. The crowd rose as she sealed a final set break, then clinched the match with a deep, celebrated forehand winner. Cheers erupted. In that stadium in Doha, Eala became more than a competitor. She became a force. And when she lifted her arms after the victory, tears welling, roar rising, it wasn't just about the result. It was about every moment that led here. The long practices, the tough losses,